Israel strikes Iranian nuclear sites and military leadership. Region braces for retaliation. June 12, 2025, Jerusalem/Tehran. Tensions in the Middle East surged dramatically on Wednesday as Israel launched targeted airstrikes against key Iranian nuclear facilities and high-ranking military figures. The operation, which Israeli officials have described as a preemptive defensive measure, marks a significant escalation in the long-standing shadow conflict between the two regional powers. Targets and impact. According to military sources and international media, the Israeli Air Force struck multiple nuclear-related sites across Iran, including the Natanz and Fordow facilities, which are widely believed to be central to Iran's uranium enrichment efforts. Simultaneously, precision strikes were reported near Tehran and Isfahan, where senior Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps, IRGC, personnel were allegedly targeted. Iranian state media confirmed the attacks but downplayed the damage, claiming that air defense systems had intercepted several incoming missiles and that the country's nuclear program remains intact. However, satellite imagery reviewed by independent analysts shows signs of significant structural damage at least one facility. Israeli justification. In a televised address, Israeli Prime Minister Naim stated that the strikes were a response to imminent threats posed by Iran's accelerating nuclear advancements and recent intelligence suggesting potential Iranian-backed attacks on Israeli assets abroad. We will not allow a regime that openly calls for our destruction to acquire nuclear weapons, the Prime Minister declared. Today's actions were necessary, lawful, and proportionate. Iranian response. Iranian Supreme Leader Ayatollah Ali Khamenei condemned the strikes, calling them a declaration of war and vowing harsh and calculated retaliation. The Iranian military has reportedly been placed on high alert, and missile units near the Persian Gulf have been mobilized. In a fiery statement, IRGC commanders warned that no Israeli city will be safe in the event of further aggression, signaling the potential for a broader regional conflict. Regional and global reactions. The strikes have triggered widespread alarm throughout the Middle East and beyond. In Lebanon, Hezbollah, a close Iranian ally, called the attack a dangerous provocation, while in Iraq and Syria, Iran-backed militias began mobilizing in apparent anticipation of wider conflict. The United Nations Security Council has called an emergency session to address the crisis. U.S. officials, while reiterating their support for Israel's right to self-defense, urged maximum restraint and emphasized the need to avoid a full-scale war in the region. European leaders expressed deep concern over the escalation, warning that a direct military confrontation between Israel and Iran could destabilize the entire Middle East and disrupt global energy supplies. What comes next? Analysts warn that the region stands at a volatile crossroads. While Israel has demonstrated its capability and willingness to strike preemptively, Iran's response, whether immediate or delayed, could determine whether this incident spirals into a broader war or remains a contained confrontation. As the world watches closely, diplomatic efforts are underway to de-escalate the situation. However, with both nations hardening their rhetoric and preparing for possible retaliation, the risk of further violence looms large.